alpine skiing in that regard. We have the Fiberglass Canada Bump League, which is an introduction to freestyle for young skiers between the ages of 8 and 16, and then they can go from there up to our divisional level and ski in contests such as this throughout the province, and then if they do well there, they'll qualify to go to a national level and compete in national contests, and from there they can make the, maybe you should take over from here, Neil.
Well, from the national level, they can, if they do well at the nationals, there's a possibility that they will be selected for the development team, which is basically a conduit onto the national team. The development team, which is, I was a member for 4 years. If you do well, if you're on the development team, you have access to NORAM spots, which is US, Canada, Japan, Russia, Australia.
Worldwide.
Of course, when you started, Neil, it didn't have the profile it does now. It must have been fairly hard, especially coming from a small area like Nelson, probably some of the better skiing that you'll find in the world.
I think so.
But it was pretty well a hard trip for you.
Yeah, it was and still is a very hard trip. Basically, in order to make it from a province like BC, and even especially from a smaller town like this, it takes a lot of desire. So I basically just had to put my all into it.
Al, I also know that David Boehm, the program coordinator for freestyle skiing in the province, is here helping you with your zone championships, and he's also the provincial advisor to the Winter Games. What's David's job in this whole thing?
Well, Dave is a program coordinator for CSA BC Freestyle. His job is to put on the events throughout the province and do the marketing and put on all, like for instance, that he's here now helping, well, he's coordinating the events. He's, well, I guess you would say he would be an advisor, which is his position in the Winter Games structure. He is my provincial advisor for the freestyle sport. He advises me on what I need to do my job to get the games ready here, the freestyle events.
And what are some of your jobs, both of you? Al, what are some of the jobs that you have to do to put this on in Nelson? Any special equipment, special places that you have to find, or?
Well, since we are in BC, we definitely have good mogul sites on hand. All we have to do is just rope them off and make sure they meet length and width, that type of thing. And ballet is pretty simple. All you need is a fairly flat slope compared to moguls, and groomed, and so that the competitors can do their spins and their jumps really easy and without getting into hazards. And then the aerial site is where the problem is. You have to have an aerial site that is safe, so it meets all the specifications outlined in our aerial qualifications and procedures manual. So we have to get a lot of work done to the actual existing terrain, which is basically, you know, wilderness, mountain terrain. So what we need is to get a cat up there, a D9, that sort of thing, to gouge out the earth and just to make it conform. Barring that, we have to hope we get enough snow that we can do that to meet the specifications.
Neil, where are these events being held at Whitewater specifically?
Tentatively, moguls will be on the Jackpot Run, which is on the T-bar side. Also, tentatively, our aerial site will be on the right-hand side of Jackpot, just above the Hummingbird, and we intend to have the ballet on the Hummingbird, which is the small lift.
I guess now it probably be a chance to get into the safety aspect. I know I love skiing, and I stumbled down the hill, and I've ended up upside down a few times, not really wanting to be there and falling and things, but particularly in the aerials, it can be very dangerous.
Yes, it can be very dangerous, and that's why it's very important that the site meets specifications. When the site meets specifications, the jumps, basically what you have is an in-run, a table, and a landing hill. Now, the landing hills have sufficient steepness that if people land on it, they're not going to be landing on a big flat and smashing down. The jumps are set back so that if this was the hill, the jumps would be set back so the trajectory would give them a smooth landing.
So maybe I can cut in here. Yeah, you want to make sure everything meets the proper specifications for safety, and then from there, you do not allow the athletes just to go up and throw anything they choose, which has been the problem in the past. People have got the idea of the problem with the safety aspect. What you have to do is make sure the athletes go through a proper progression of learning on a trampoline with qualified coaches and safety apparatus, and then to, for instance, diving boards, and then they can go from there to a water ramp, which is a jump into a lake where the water will cushion their landing, and then onto snow.
Yeah, and I suppose you know the bottom line in this whole sport, and it's the same with whether you're dealing with gymnastics or anything that has the potential for danger to the athlete, is that it has to be well supervised, qualified coaches right from your beginning right up into your national and international levels.
Neil and I are qualified coaches, and that's what we're doing here. We're setting up a program here in Nelson to train athletes, since we have the talent here to go right to the top.
And you're finding that you've got about 2 more months. Your zones will be through this weekend, and we've got about a minute to go. What about the next 2 months? What will your jobs be specifically for the next 2 months? I'll ask you that first.
Well, we have to continue to get all the sites ready. We have to develop a support structure of volunteers and staff on our committee so that we can continue to execute the games properly. And maybe we could take this opportunity to make a call for volunteers to help.
Okay. It's John Schneider was on the program last week, and he also said that they still need volunteers, and I know it's you'll get them, and it's quite an undertaking. Very quickly, fellas, what age groups are we dealing with at the freestyle?
13 and over for the Winter Games.
13 to 18 and 18 and over, 2 age groups.
2 age groups. And one last thing that you also said, that would be nice to see more ladies involved in this sport.
Yeah, definitely. I think we need more ladies involved. It's a really good sport for ladies, especially the ballet, and a lot of them are good enough for the moguls and aerials. It really is a positive thing.
Gentlemen, thank you very much, and continued success. I know the next 2 months are going to be busy ones for you.
You bet. Thank you, Art.
Well, that's our program for this evening. Stay tuned for more of Shaw Cable's coverage of the sports of the 1989 Winter Games.